Your boy, you already know, 1111, and we want to dive into and talk about, chaos magic, harnessing chaos, and using that as a force to actually be spontaneous and be creative so you can actually add more substance and more elements to your life, depending on if you're too lost in the left brain spectrum or if you're too lost on the right brain spectrum. Now, where I find myself a lot of the time is in a lot of chaos. Now, chaos within itself is not bad, but it is a state of confusion and kind of like disharmony, because you're you're exploring this unknown possibility, this speculative possibility that has not yet come into existence. But chaos can be very powerful, because if you're spontaneous with your life, if you're spontaneous with your expression, you can find a lot of creativity and a lot of things to bring down from the imaginary realm, the illusionary realm, and stuff like that. But at the same time, though, you can have so much chaos in your mind. For example, when we talk about chaos being a state of disharmony, a state of confusion, you could have a cycle of thoughts and feelings that you as an observer is dwelling within to experience that life, because a chaotic mind creates a chaotic life. And it, by definition, being a space of spontaneity or whatever, we live in a world that is semi-harmonious, disorderly, and it is in between those worlds, because we're all swimming between those worlds to create a middle point, balance, harmony anyways. So if you're disharmonious and chaotic, and you have a space, a mind that is chaotic, and you have an influx of information that is being generated but is not being directed because we don't have clarity of ourselves, then you might create a very chaotic life that is not directed by meaning, or just not directed by order, by a system to make sure that spontaneity and that chaos actually has some type of order to it so you can harness it. Because otherwise you're just going to look kind of crazy, kind of like too speculative, like you don't really care about how things are being presented within the context of objectivity and stuff like that. So when you have a really chaotic mind, that might mean like you have a very creative mind, because your mind really go to places, you travel to spaces, and you explore a bunch of different possibilities. But if those possibilities are outweighing your objectivity, meaning that your chaotic nature causes your bank account to be missing money at the end of the month, if your chaotic nature causes you to miss certain projects, or to miss work, or to miss certain stuff that's important in the objective realm, like if you got like a visa you need to process, or you got a passport you got to pick up, or something important of that nature, but your chaotic nature, you have such chaotic thoughts and feelings that doesn't allow you to carry out those things, that lets you know you're being outweighed by your internal chaos. And you might have to do some internal shadow work, because there's something that makes you not give a fuck about that objective goal or standard that you have to meet, so you can actually step up and build the ladder so you can climb into whatever reality that you want to create. Whether we want to look at it as climbing a corporate ladder, but it's really a spiritual, esoteric ladder that we're doing, so we can actually create a state of balance, a state of harmony, and stuff like that, right? So chaos within itself, it ain't even a bad thing at all. It's just about being able to harness that force rather than having that force harness you. Because we create things out of spontaneity all the time. Like when you get up out of your bedroom, you go to the convenience store, get you some juice, and you didn't think that's what you was gonna do. That's chaos. That's spontaneity. So you want to be able to use that to your advantage rather than having it use you, because your thoughts and feelings may be disharmonious, and if there's no harmony brought into that, you're gonna fall into the influx of negative emotions, negative states of mind, negative states of being, and stuff like that you're generating yourself, because that influx of emotions, that influx of information is not being met by its opposite angle, which is order, logic, rationalizing with yourself, and stuff like that. So let's not ever get it twisted. Chaos is a very powerful force, and it's good to create out of spontaneity, and it's good to speculate on things, but at the same time, though, that spontaneity, that chaos, has to be met with its opposite force, which is logic, order, and how am I going to go about practicalizing those things? Because these two realms are on two different timelines. The speculative realm, the yin realm, you can experience things in that realm all the time, go through new feelings, go through new thoughts, going through new emotions and shit like that, right? But if those things are not brought about in some type of way into the objective realm, you may not solidify some type of routine, some type of work for yourself that can lead to you having some type of status, via what you valued in the first place, right? Because these two motherfuckers gotta be balanced, and that's where I'm at right now, and that's what I'm learning, and it's really awesome because, yeah, because I'm that motherfucker that's so chaotic, that's so spontaneous, that he doesn't really know how to put all that creativity into a logical box, into a logical framework where it could be communicated with people and shared as far as a way to generate value from my intrinsic natures and stuff like that. So while I'm doing this video, what I'm saying is, if you remain chaotic your whole life, you're gonna create a life that you hate, and whatever you're running away from while thinking that being chaotic is helping you run away from it is gonna meet you in the objective realm, because the things that need to be met in the objective realm, in the solid realm and stuff like that, are not being fulfilled to create that lifestyle that allows you to get away from the things that you hate. It could just be a job you don't like. It could just be a car you're tired of driving. It could just be like a lifestyle that you want to create. If you don't build that for yourself, no one is going to build that for you, and you're forever going to be lost in that chaos. And then that chaos is going to swoop into your everyday life, create this harmony, create this order, so you can avoid the work, so you can avoid what you know you have to build. You may have to work and build your character. You may have to do some shadow work, all types of stuff. But if you spend too much time in chaos, speculating, you're not going to be doing that work. You're going to be lost in your yin realm, and you're going to be experiencing things in the objective realm based on your yin realm that is out of whack, that is not being harmonized via the opposite left logical wings. So yeah, real stuff. Nothing wrong with being spontaneous, nothing wrong with being chaotic. But if you're too chaotic, you might not have like an orderly life. And I just mean it from two different angles: being spontaneous as far as creativity, or being in a state of confusion where you don't have clarity of yourself or where you're going, so you spend a lot of time in that chaos. But yeah, real shit. Love y'all from God. Love y'all from God. That bottom of my heart. Bottom of my heart. Bottom of my heart.